And let's quickly cut across to our strategic affairs editor Gaurav Sawant with more news on former Haryana Chief Minister Prakash Chautala, who we understand has in fact made his appearance in court.
It's a big day for five-time former Chief Minister of Haryana, Prakash Chautala. He has to make appearance in two courts today. He's already reached the Tis Hazari Court. He also has to reach the Delhi High Court, and that's the big story that we're tracking here. Will this have an impact on Haryana elections just 5 days away? Positive or negative for the former Chief Minister? Let's take a look at what's happening. For the latest, we'll go across to Tis Hazari. Big breaking story happening there. And former Haryana Chief Minister Prakash Chautala has just reached the Tis Hazari Court. He has to make an appearance here in a disproportionate assets case. It's a 6 crore rupee disproportionate assets case against him. Now, Prakash Chautala had sought exemption from personal appearance, saying he was unwell, he was hospitalized. But the court took a rather dim view of Prakash Chautala campaigning while he was on bail, saying he's under the weather. In fact, that's the same charge against him in the Delhi High Court, where the court is understood to be extremely miffed with what the CBI and the counsel for petitioner alleging that he's taking the court for a jolly ride. He's taken bail, saying he's unwell, he needs constant medical attention, but he's been campaigning extensively across the length and breadth of the state. Many opinion polls seem to indicate he has a fair chance in these elections, just 5 days away. Executive Editor Javed Ansari joins me for the latest now. Javed, for Prakash Chautala, 2 court appearances, positive or negative impact?
Well, it would depend. As far as his political fortunes go, I think he's achieved what he set out to. One, he's had 10 days to campaign. He's campaigned across the length and breadth. He's managed to appeal, send out a message to his constituents. So even if his bail is cancelled and he's asked to go back to Tihar jail, he will have done his job. Yes, but then there is also this larger question of how politicians abuse bail provisions, and this is one such case. And perhaps the court, in its wisdom, might rap him on the knuckles for having done what he did.
And not just in the Tis Hazari Court, where he's made an appearance, where he has to appear before the learned magistrate, but subsequently he'll also have to come in the court of Justice Siddharth Mridul here at the Delhi High Court. Now, counsel for petitioner at the Delhi High Court, also the CBI, moving for an early hearing, said not only his bail should be cancelled for misusing the due process of law, they also said he's taking the court for a jolly good ride because he's taken bail on medical grounds, but he's campaigning across the length and breadth of Haryana. Will it be a setback for the former Haryana Chief Minister Prakash Chautala? He's sought bail on medical grounds. The INLD chief has been summoned by the Delhi High Court. The CBI has asked the court to advance his surrender date. The court also expressed disappointment with the fact that Chautala had been addressing election rallies in Haryana, though he was given bail on medical grounds. The CBI had moved the Delhi High Court seeking this cancellation of bail in the teacher recruitment scam, where Chautala and his son Ajay were found guilty and sentenced to 10 years in prison. Now, should the Delhi High Court decide to cancel Chautala's bail, the decision will clearly have a direct impact on the fortunes of the party in the state. I also have with me here Ashish Maharshi, who's been tracking developments on the story. Javed Ansari stays with me in the studio. Ashish, it's a double whammy, many would say, for Prakash Chautala, an appearance in the Tis Hazari Court and then here in Justice Siddharth Mridul's court.
Well, Gaurav, we have to see two aspects to the entire story. One, that he has to appear in a disproportionate asset case as well as misuse of bail. But then again, it's Haryana elections, which is not too far away, just 5 days away. And then we know that, once the Neta goes inside the jail, you also have to accept the fact that this, this actually helps in creating a sympathy wave. So this is what Chautala's wanted, and I believe that is what, things are moving in the way they wanted. Okay. But yes, disproportionate asset case, they had asked for they never wanted to appear into the court. They said that they have been granted bail on the reason that from the High Court that they are not well. But then again, his bail was cancelled last month itself he was given a grace period of around 17 days, and then he misused that grace period. So the court is very unhappy with why did he misuse the grace period. How, if he was unwell, how did he go out and campaign? And he was seen all over the screen. Now in the disproportionate asset case, they again said the same thing, that the High Court has given them the bail and they can't appear, as they were asking for exemption. Now the court did not give them the exemption and they have to appear in the Tis Hazari Court, and now in the afternoon around 2:15 at High Court.
Okay, and we'll be tracking that story very closely here at High Court. Javed, now as far as the Indian National Lokdal are concerned, they appear rather unapologetic about the teacher recruitment scam. Now they say this isn't a personal scam, perhaps like another chief minister, like the case of Jayalalitha, the Tamil Nadu chief minister. What they are saying is this was money that was spent for recruitment of teachers, and Om Prakash Chautala has also been quoted as saying just now it's 3,200 teachers. If I become chief minister again, it will be 3 lakh teachers. So for them this could well be a way to get more sympathy before elections just 5 days away, Javed.
Yes, Gaurav, and I was speaking to a senior leader from Mr. Chautala's party, and he believes that this is a win-win situation. He says we've utilized this period. Mr. Chautala has done his maximum. His message has gone out to his constituents, to his vote bank, and they're geared up. He's managed to campaign, and now if today that bail is cancelled and he's sent back, then again he will try and play the martyr. We will appeal to the people saying that look, they didn't even allow us to campaign before you, and that Mr. Chautala is being penalized for giving jobs. The point they are making, the spin they are giving is that Chautala didn't defalcate money. There was no corruption. He merely gave jobs to 300 deserving poor people, and that's why he's being penalized. So he will try and play the political martyr.
Stay with me, Javed. Yeah, that's a crucial aspect that you raised there. We'll talk about that in greater detail. The impact on Haryana elections 5 days away on the 15th of October. Quickly want to bring in headlines today is Jaskirat Singh Baba, who joins us from the Tis Hazari Court. Jaskirat, take us through what's happening on ground zero. Take us through the environment there and what's likely to transpire in the next several moments.
Well, right now, Obichira, the case has in fact been adjourned at the Tis Hazari Court. Very interestingly, this is a different case. It is a DA case which is going on over here. I just asked Prakash Chautala, and he's exclusively told headlines today that he will now head towards the High Court. He has received summons. I asked him if he will surrender today. He said that is up to the High Court. What he tells me right now is that he is going to be on his way to the High Court right now as we speak. It is a matter of wait and watch whether the High Court asks him to be taken under custody in the High Court premises itself.
Okay, stay with me, Jaskirat. Now he's 79 years old, Om Prakash Chautala. He's been Chief Minister of Haryana 5 times in the past. Let's listen in to Om Prakash Chautala quickly.
कोर्ट क्या करती है, कोर्ट पर निर्भर करता है। थैंक यू सर। कोर्ट अगर मुझे सरेंडर कराएगी तो कैसे करूं?
इसमें सर जिस तरह की याचिका गुड़गांव के एक वकील ने दायर किया, लगता है कोई विरोधियों की साजिश।
अब पता नहीं कौन क्या, मैं तो किसी साजिश में शरीक हूँ नहीं।
सर आपको लगता है कि चुनाव बिल्कुल
विरोधी जो है
कैंपेन जो है चरम पर है, ऐसे में अगर इस तरह की चीजें होती है तो असर पड़ेगा?
तो मामला कोर्ट के विचाराधीन हो, उस पर चर्चा नहीं कर सकते।
ओके सर, थैंक यू। आराम से जाने
दो। बैक लो जाना शॉर्ट देते हैं। बोलो पीछे आना। हाँ कोई नहीं।
So Om Prakash Chautala, the 5-time former Chief Minister of Haryana, he's 79 years old, 70% disabled, and he's saying whatever matters there in court, cannot comment on it right now. After his appearance in Tis Hazari, he'll be coming here to the Delhi High Court. But here's a man who's been fighting a prolonged battle for what he claims is justice, and what the CBI claims is misuse of power, misuse of authority, and misuse of due process of law. Om Prakash Chautala was granted bail on grounds that he was unfit. He needed urgent medical attention. At the same time, he's been campaigning across the length and breadth of Haryana because many say he stands a good chance of returning to power for the 6th time, especially when there are 25% Jat votes. could be consolidated in his favor. We'll talk to Javed Ansari about that in detail. But let's quickly take a look at the timeline of this battle that Om Prakash Chautala has been fighting.
अभी आपके बीच में चौधरी ओम प्रकाश चौटाला जी पहुंच चुके हैं। चौधरी ओम प्रकाश चौटाला जिंदाबाद। इंडियन नेशनल कांग्रेस जिंदाबाद।
Out on medical bail, Om Prakash Chautala using his freedom for political purposes, hitting the campaign trail with vengeance. Headlines today followed the out on bail INLD chief on his campaign trail in South Haryana. And we found the grand old man of Haryana politics hopping rallies without any fear of law catching up.
Chautala, who is supposedly sick, is out campaigning for himself as the chief minister and for his party to come in full power. But
the CBI wants his bail cancelled for flouting bail terms. His opponents are gunning for him, but INLD is busy playing victim to the hilt. INLD chief has been on a rally marathon, addressing rallies across the state for 8 to 9 hours daily since the day he got bail.
As far as the political atmosphere of Haryana is concerned, it has completely hotting up before the election race. With camera person Ajay Kumar Sinha and Anil Sihag, Ankit Tyagi for Headlines Today.
To Chautala from High Court.
And for the latest in this case, of course, we'll quickly be taking a look at pictures of Om Prakash Chautala now coming out of the Tis Hazari Court. He next has to make an appearance in the Delhi High Court, in the Court of Justice Siddharth Mridul, where the court has taken a rather dim view of Om Prakash Chautala campaigning while being out on leave on medical grounds. Let's listen in.
जो मामला कोर्ट के विचाराधीन हो उस पर चर्चा नहीं करनी।
ओके सर, थैंक यू। आराम से
दो
बैक लो जाना शॉर्ट देते हो बोलो मरीज तो जल्दी से आ रहे हैं।
Excuse me, please. Hello? Yeah, excuse me.
साइड दे दो भाई, साइड दे दो यार।
सर आप हाई कोर्ट जाएंगे क्या सर?
बिल्कुल पक्का जाऊंगा।
बात सरेंडर करेंगे अभी?
अब वो हाई कोर्ट क्या तय करती है, मुझे सम्मन मिले मैं हाई कोर्ट जाऊंगा।
राइट नाउ ओबिचुरा द केस 2 बजे।
मैं टाइम का पंक्चुअल हूँ, कोर्ट ने 2:15 का टाइम दिया।
सीबीआई ने ये बात कही कि आप चुनाव प्रचार वहाँ कर रहे थे, इसलिए आपकी बेल एप्लीकेशन के लिए कोर्ट में आज लगाई गई।
कोर्ट क्या करेगी ये तो कोर्ट पे डिपेंड करता है, लेकिन मेरे कोई मेरे साथ मेरी बेल पे कोई कंडीशन नहीं थी।
आगे प्रचार कैसे जारी रहेगा प्रचार?
हाँ सर।
अब कोर्ट क्या करती है, कोर्ट पे निर्भर करता है।
थैंक यू सर।
कोर्ट अगर मुझे सरेंडर कराएगी तो कैसे करूँ?
साइड इस तरह की याचिका गुड़गांव के एक वकील ने दायर किया, लगता है कोई विरोधियों की साजिश।
अब पता नहीं कौन क्या, मैं तो किसी साजिश में शरीक हूँ नहीं।
सर आपको लगता है कि चूंकि चुनाव
विरोधी जो है
कैंपेन चरम पर है और ऐसे में अगर इस तरह की चीजें होती है तो
जो मामला कोर्ट के विचाराधीन हो उस पर चर्चा नहीं करनी चाहिए।
ओके हाई कोर्ट में अपलिंक ये पीछे अपलिंक शॉट हो जाएगा बाद में। योगेंद्र से शॉट ले रहे हैं।
So at 2:15, Om Prakash Chautala, the former Chief Minister of Haryana, will make an appearance here in the Delhi High Court. He says the bail given to him was unconditional, so he was free to do what he had to do, but now would leave it to the wisdom of the Delhi High Court for further course of action. And we'll be tracking that story very closely here at the Delhi High Court.